the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Anra Bernard Entry Bosia Kun Mechre Chairman Wontumi ede esie eye oyo said the CID eto wonsa ede frɛ no na okokopie mu ewo court na okokopie mu ewo court no jedinkan ebo no kwadu mako ensia a court no ede 15 million Ghana cedis eto Chairman Wontumi etiri so se no ye ne condition bill ema yaka ho asem awie jesan etc abonten na yesan echeche ma Wontumi se jasan ababe case foforo de etia no eno nso kra ya slap no another almost 8 different charges eni ade abo chairman Wontumi eno nso bail condition edi to the so na busuafo na enye asem kotwa na right now the ekamia say bail condition say NPP amanyuko no ekokopie mu ewo court na afi yokwa yede omuti yede to omutiri so no eya na ekwa akoye se eye total punishment na yede ma omo na enra yantimi angrante Wontumi bail minoka say the other so ewo CID akate na ne lawyer and the appeal kubi akasa se baby anoma akeka kono one etimi akwa akopie mu court challenge court no na afi nso one petition kwa akopie mu the Ghana Bar Association and the Judicial Council say ekwan one efa so treaty Wontumi no enya ade say fair now the yenkonkotie lawyer and the appeal kubi.
Our earlier story, we told you we'll be engaging Andy Apiakubi here on the Pulse. He is one of the lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi. Just to give us updates on that case before the court. We know that he's been granted bail, but he's yet to meet the bail conditions. Mr. Apiakubi, we appreciate your time here on the Pulse. Just update us, really. Have you met the bail conditions?
Ashanti Regional Chairman of the...
But you need... understand that there is a process.
Hello, Mr. Apiakubi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. I just wanted to find out if you've secured the release of Chairman Wontumi.
We have met the bail conditions as you rightly put it, but we have not been able to secure his release because of the verification process, even as we have submitted a necessary document. So we are waiting for the verification. But it is important that the process of bail and what it requires, because bail ought not to be used as punishment, and therefore the grant of bail must also not come along with stringent conditions that are difficult to meet. So I believe we need to discuss that, and once we have opportunity, we'll indicate the processes that you go through, even as the court will have given you an order that bail is granted.
As counsel for Chairman Wontumi, are you concerned about the bail conditions?
I'm concerned about the bail conditions, not particularly in respect of Chairman Wontumi, but as a process, judicial process, I'm concerned because it seeks to undermine authority as the order that will.
Apiakubi, you have to position rightly, since we're losing you intermittently. Is your concern that the process is cumbersome?
The process is cumbersome and expensive. You know, when you are granted bail with surety to be justified, it means you need to tender as free. And what it is that the value, the amount by the first bail, you have to bring property that amount, that says or even more. When you want to tender the document, it needs to go through process of verification and valuation. And of that need money, because when you go to the risk board, the last verification, you have to pay the statutory fees. When you pay for verification, the value, you property that is worth 15 million, then you have to pay statutory fee of 150,000 cedis for the valuation to be done. Is it the case that when you have not found to be guilty and you have just applied for bail and bail is granted, you have to pay that amount of money? And why bring justice to somebody at that cost? These are some of the issues that need to be addressed in the process.
But then, as counsel for Wontumi, lead counsel, you can challenge the bail conditions in court if you feel that is quite high.
Yes, of course, and that we did. But if the court is insistent on the bail application, and this is contingent upon an application, the Attorney General that bail conditions must be stringent or commensurate, so-called, with an offence which is not privileged yet. You are coming from the Attorney General who doubles as the Minister for Justice. You see, it means that the whole system is incorrect and it needs to be addressed.
But then clarify for me, did you go to court to challenge the current bail conditions, or you're referring to when he was initially invited by Yoko?
When you, no, in all cases, even in the court system, yesterday I had to challenge the value as put on the justification, and I complained that it was excessive. Albeit that the court disagree with me. But again, saying that if you give a student, it means that you ask the accused who is not yet guilty, able to bring out an amount before he secures his release. And if you want to consider how an expert who may not have done responsible before the court and being asked to pay such an amount of money before the value can be confirmed and subsequently his release is granted. How many of us in Ghana can afford that? Does it also mean that if you don't have money to be able to pay for that, you will be denied justice? And meanwhile, you will be in court upon the instance of the Minister for Justice, who doubles us and for that matter, the prosecutor.
And is this something you plan to challenge in court post this whole process?
I plan to challenge within the institutions of state. I will make sure that I make a presentation to Parliament for Parliament to show concern if there is a need for statutory limitations to be put on bail conditions. They let them do. We will also make a presentation to the judiciary through. I'm going to petition the Ghana Bar Association to make a presentation to the judiciary for us to consider how do we deliver justice to accused persons who have not yet been pronounced guilty when they apply for bail, and the conditions that are attached to the grant of bail, and how fair these are.
And how soon should we expect these petitions to reach their decks?
We need to start a conversation in the public. So I believe that if you people believe that there is injustice in the delivery of justice within the application for bail, let's start a conversation and let's do the negotiation to the point that we all countries agree there is some injustice in the and the grant is executed.
But back to your client, Chairman Wontumi, how long is the verification process supposed to last for?
We have made the conditions, but we are still going through the verification process. And indeed, it requires payment of money. That is where I have the difficulty, because you have to go to a state institution to confirm the value that valuers have put on the property, and you need to pay 1% statutory payment for the state to be able to present it, for which you will have to pay for your patient and your release. And I'm saying that some amount can have both. So if you have to pay, he was, because the proof is on the attorney and the staff proof has not been done. Yet you are being asked to pay amount of money before your bail would be effective. And have a
Mr. Apiakubi
saying is that if your release is subject to your payment of money, then it means that you are buying your freedom. And in the process as it is right now, if the court says that bring a justification of 10 million or 15 million, then it means that you will have to go through a process of verifying the authenticity of the document you are bringing, and the process of confirming the value of the property you have brought. And what I'm saying is that it costs you money to go through the verification, because when you go to Lands Commission, you pay statutory fees. When you go to AESL, that would have to confirm the value. You will pay something like 1% of the value of the property. And that 1%, assuming it is 50 million as the court pronounced yesterday, then you are supposed to pay 150,000 Ghana cedis before that confirmation will be done for you. And the alternative, if you go to Lands Commission for the valuation, the Lands Commission will have a limit up to 2.5 million, and therefore a request for 15 million will not be taken by Lands Commission. And even where the value is below 2.5 million Ghana cedis, the Lands Commission will have to constitute a board to sit down and do this evaluation. All this while you are still in custody. So what will be the effect of the grant of bail? And this is what is happening in Ghana. And it needs general attention and correction.
Thank you so much, Andy Apiakubi, his lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi. Just briefly before I let you go, will Chairman Wontumi be released today?
It doesn't lie in my hands.
Okay.
We have done what a lawyer ought to do by way of securing the bail. We have even challenged the values put on the bail, and we have not been successful that we refused it. We have so finished the next document for the process of justification, and it's a process that is so and so hence that I'm feeling that up. And this is Ghana, and is it the case that we want to discriminate people for reason that you don't have people to pay? And I'm saying that it is not payment both, it's payment to others. And I'm saying, go to that, you will pay the fees. If you go AESL for confirmation of the values, you will pay the appropriate fee. And I'm particularly complaining about how much you are paying when you go to AESL.
Okay.
1% of the property. And in the value, in the case of 15 million,
Okay.
you will be required to pay 150,000
Yeah.
for charges for which the prosecution has not proven.
Okay.
Otherwise, you are staying in custody. I mean, how is this law effective in supporting our democracy?
Okay. Thank you so much, Andy Apiakubi.
Of the
In this latest effort by government to deal with illegal mining, he filed this report.
Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Nsem-Pii, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, is facing two separate criminal cases of alleged illegal mining activities involving his company, Akonta Mining Limited. Both cases were heard at the High Court here in Accra, where he has pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Chairman Wontumi's legal troubles deepened this week when he appeared before the police CID, prior to being put before two different courts in Accra to answer a total of 13 charges, all linked to alleged illegal mining operations in the Tano-Nimiri Forest Reserve and Samreboy in the Western region. Chairman Wontumi and 4 others, including his Akonta Mining Company Limited, were arraigned on 7 counts of unlawful mining and environmental destruction. The prosecution alleged that Akonta Mining, under the direction of Chairman Wontumi and his associates, operated illegally within the Tano-Nimiri Forest Reserve in 2022, despite being denied a permit to do so. They are accused of destroying about 13 hectares of land, felling over 300 trees, and erecting buildings within the reserve without authorization. After hearing arguments from both sides, the court in this matter granted Chairman Wontumi bail in a sum of 10 million cedis with 2 sureties, one of whom must justify with landed property. Earlier in the day, Chairman Wontumi had appeared in another criminal court where he faced 6 separate charges for breaches of Ghana's mining laws. In that case, he was granted 15 million cedis bail with 3 sureties and placed on a stop list at all entry and exit points of the country. The court also ordered him to deposit his passport, report to investigators twice a month. The 6 counts in that case includes unauthorized assignment of mineral rights and facilitating unlicensed mining operations, which prosecutors say occurred within Akonta Mining's concession at Samreboy in the Western region. A second accused person, Kwame Entry, is currently at large. Both cases stem from investigations by the Criminal Investigations Department, which found evidence of large-scale destruction in parts of the Tano-Nimiri Forest Reserve. Officials say excavators bearing Akonta Mining's logo were used in operations that led to the extensive environmental damage, including river pollution and deforestation. Chairman Wontumi has maintained his innocence in both cases. Bernard Ntwi Bosiako has since failed to meet the bail conditions, at least for tonight, and will sleep in police custody. What these bail conditions mean for NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Wontumi Bernard Ntwi Bosiako is that until this trial, in which he is accused of facilitating illegal mining, is concluded, he is unable to travel outside the country, perhaps without the permission of the court. And any time he wishes to do so on any basis, he would have to apply to the court for the court to give him permission, or perhaps for the court to revise the bail conditions. But until then, Chairman Wontumi is not allowed to travel outside the country. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, High Court Complex, Accra.
Well, Chairman Wontumi, we understand, is still in police custody after his lawyers failed to secure his bail conditions yesterday. We will be touching base with one of his lawyers this afternoon on the Pulse. And
any country, anywhere in the world, and it doesn't matter whether what is being dumped are ex-occupants of the Guantanamo Bay prison, or deportees, or second-hand clothing. Ghana should not become anybody's dumping ground. And that's a principle we should uphold. You understand? We should conduct international relations in a manner which raises our dignity, upholds our dignity. First and foremost, our dignity as a people. You understand? When you begin to conduct international relations, in the same manner that things are prostituted, then there's a problem with foreign policy, you understand? So there should be a principled stand. Avoid dumping, and every nation that we deal with, every authority that we deal with in the world must understand that our dignity as a people cannot be sacrificed for any other thing. This is the basis upon which I think we should conduct foreign policy. This whole idea that, in diplomacy, you give something to get something and so on is annoying in the extreme. You see, it's very annoying in the extreme. Because it seems to suggest that everything is up for sale.
Right.
Including our dignity, including our fundamental rights and so on. I mean, that's not the kind of foreign policy that Nkrumah and others, conducted. The underlying principle is